by the grace of God, when I got married, my wife was the first person, do you understand, I ever saw. But I can't brag about it because there were many times God saved me. There was this lady I really liked when I was in secondary school. See, let me tell you something. Let me let you know how beautiful this lady was. Excuse me, Yes. Oh, you think because I did pray, I don't know who fine? There was this lady, she was in church. I liked her in church. There was another lady I liked in school. Okay, yes, home and away. Hey, wait. So, I'm not telling you again. Oh, yeah.
There's no day I don't laugh. I laugh in the morning, laugh in the afternoon, laugh in the night. I laugh about your tie, about your coat, about your haircut. Because he that seated in heaven shall. And where am I seated? And so what should I do? If you are not laughing, where are you? Somewhere.
Oh, I deal with
refreshed.
Let me tell you something. My mom celebrated her 60th birthday. All right? And amongst many things, she appreciated my father. She said, oh my God, I'm telling you how to be a husband now. Listen, it's not just I drop money for Gary. Here now. She said, many times I would have died if not for this man. And she was telling us a time where my mom is not really into photography, into glam like that. But there was a time she called the photographer. She said, let's do family photographs. We didn't know why. We didn't know that she thought about it. That she may die. And she doesn't have any nice picture for the obituary. That is why she called the photographer. I'm telling you what my mom told us. It was years after she told us. And all we, her children, can bear witness to the fact that indeed she could have died many times. I can think of at least 4 instances. 4. One of them, the very thing that killed her mom. But you see that, my dad? Crazy. You have to understand, before I read about warfare, I saw it. You see, there are some things, you can't talk me out of it because I saw it with my eyes. My mom bedridden on the bed. You know, first and foremost, it started gradually. It started spreading until she couldn't move on the bed, groaning. And the man got angry one day, called all of us. We entered the room. He pointed at my mom, crying on the bed. He said, this woman must be healed today. I'd never seen him like that before. He said it with anger. Some of you waste your anger on foolish things. You wait in restaurants and you are angry at the wrong people. The devil is playing games with your family. You have not been angry since. Is the person that didn't greet you yesterday. Don't waste your anger. Don't waste your anger. Don't waste. Are you listening to me? Save it. You will need it one day. He said, this woman must be healed today. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not talking about something another person said from that night till today. I am talking about something that happened, if I'm not mistaken. I was in the first year in the university, 2006. Till now, there has been no symptom of that sickness till date. Because he said it must end that night, and it did. That's how to be a husband. That's how to be a priest of a house. I learned it. I hated it growing up. Just imagine me at the age of 12, my dad waking us up and saying, we will pray all day today. We did 12 hours. I was in GS2. I hated him. I went to watch Home Alone for ideas. I wanted to run away. You don't understand? Have you prayed to the extent that when they ring the bell, everybody wants to run and go and open the gate? Say, I'll get it. Because any break you can get, you I remember that day, by 4 p.m., my uncle was at the gate. We are praying. okay. He said, don't worry now, don't let me disturb you. Go and join. I said, no, how is the family? How is work? He said, fine. How are your children? Fine. How is your health? Fine. Just take your time. The 12 hours first day, 10 hours second day, 8 hours. You see, you have to understand. See, they soaked me in glory. I couldn't run away from God. That even when I was in the world, my friends didn't let me sin. There was a cloud on me. Only I couldn't see it. That they'll be saying some bad stuff in a corner. When I join them, they say, go, 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 let's not spoil you. What do you mean? I want to spoil. I couldn't understand it. I go, what do you mean? Do you know what I'm telling you always annoyed me? That what do you mean? I felt, why? I want to join you. They say, no, go, 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 go. Don't you understand? When John the Baptist was born, the angel said, hey, he shall be filled with the Spirit from his mother's womb. He said, listen, he will not be given to strong he will not be given to strong wine. That was not advice, that was prophecy. He will not be given. Do you know that the spirit of prophecy can keep your child from vices? When you just leave them, all they are watching is Telemundo, all those rubbish. See, soak them. Settle the future ahead of time. Settle the future. You see, when people talk, by the grace of God, when I got married, my wife was the first person, do you understand, I ever saw. But I can't brag about it because there were many times God saved me. The way the supernatural saved me from those things, I can't explain it. Can't explain it. You know, there was this lady I really liked when I was in secondary school. See, let me tell you something. Let me let you know how beautiful this lady was. Excuse me, Yes. Oh, you think because I did pray, I don't know who fine? So, now, to tell you this story, the way some of you are already laughing. So, don't judge me. There was this lady, she was in church. I liked her in church. There was another lady I liked in school. Okay. Yes, home and away. Hey, wait. So, I'm not telling you again. Oh, yeah. So, in my defense, I wasn't dating any of them. I was checking to see who will agree. So, because both of them were doing summer. Now, oh yeah, now. Now, I was walking with this lady in church after calm down. You like to gist too much. I was walking with this lady in church. We're walking on the road. Now, the lady from school was driving in her dad's car. No, I'm not. I was. If you try UK visa, they don't give you. No, try US. Wait. I'm married. It's those days. So understand. And I was not in the Lord then. So context, okay? So you guys are somehow. Let me speak freely. So now, that lady in school, she always felt she was out of my league. She had a crazy idea. Why would she think that? You know who I be? But when she saw me with this lady, and she could tell just by looking that this one was already into me, and she, according to her, felt that this lady was way, way, way beautiful, and all of that. Because of that, she began to give me more attention in school. And this was her own admission, that when I saw you with that lady, she said, who is that lady? She's so beautiful, this, that. Now, so I'm telling you this for a reason. So now, imagine this lady. She was more into me than I realized because I was a novice in this thing. I told you, I actually did ask her out and she said no. And so I said, okay. And I moved on and she came back the next day. That you're funny. I said, why? She said, I just said no. You couldn't, and you stopped like that. That you couldn't press further. Anyway. I was in my uncle's house and that's where I was staying, writing my exams because it was closer to school, preparing for WAEC. And then someone 3 houses away who attends the same church came and knocked on my gate. I said, guess who's in my house? And I said, who? She said, that girl. I said, well, why didn't she come and say hello? She said, I said, you are playing. She said, no, she's waiting for you. I said, what do you mean? I said, I'm not in the mood for games. So now, she said, come. She's just here. So I went. I said, where is she? She said, she's in the compound. I entered the compound. I didn't see her. I said, I told you stop playing games with me. She said, oh, maybe she's in the living room. I entered the living room. She was not there. I said, what's wrong with you people? I said, what's wrong with this? And she said she's not here. Maybe she's in the room. I got angry. I said, you're playing games with me. And I hissed and walked away. And I never gave it any thought. Honestly, never gave it any. You see, I was so naive. I didn't understand what was happening. Until about 3 years after. I wasn't thinking about it. I was on my knees praying. At this time, I had begun to hear from God. I was filled with the Spirit. And I just saw, I saw everything that happened. I said, God, let me tell you something. I'm not talking about now, full of the Spirit. Then, if I had entered that room, only God knows. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are some temptations. God has to hold you, carry you like this with his hand. We know that song, carry me there, God. He has to carry you. So I said all of that to say, the Lord saved me many times. And so when it comes to things like this and many other instances, understand, spiritual warfare is a thing. Are you getting what I'm saying? Sickness, disease, and even in your passage in life, if you're not careful, my God, there's some things I can't tell you. Not every downfall is ordinary. Are you listening to me? Some of them are orchestrated. They were determined ahead of time. And even on our own side of the curve, in God's side, you see how powerful utterances are. 2 brothers are fighting for utterance of their dad. That because the dad said something, he knows he'll be successful in business. That when Esau came and saw that the dad had already pronounced on Jacob, he cried. He knew it was a big deal. Are you listening to this? So the same way, make no mistake, someone who doesn't have covering, they can speak words over him. They can speak words over your marriage. They can speak words over your health. You must be aware. There's one of us. He's a pastor now. He called me years ago. His mom has been bedridden for months. What is the matter? Heart disease, she has a hole in the heart and all of that. So I said, give her the phone. And as he put the phone in her ear, I saw a vision and I could see the mom lying in the bed. And I saw what looked like a monkey. That's the way I can describe it. Monkey. There were many things that made more sense to me when I began to read Kenneth Hagin books. Because many of those things I had seen, nobody taught me. I would see them in the spirit. I didn't. But when he said he saw, I said, oh, yes, that's what I saw. A monkey sitting on the bed and wrapped the tail around her chest. The exact region where they said the x-ray saw a hole. Are you listening to this? And I said, you foul spirit of infirmity, I command you to leave. It came down from the bed and ran away. The woman got up instantly, and was healed. Went to the kitchen later that day, cooked a meal. Are you with me? Went out for a stroll later that day. For months, this woman, when you use a machine, you will see a sickness. She was not sick. Are you listening to me? We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against what? All right.